Don't fall for the fine print. In contracts, the most problematic conditions are often written in the smallest font. The large letters highlight the benefits, the attractive offer, the convenient terms, the opportunity you have been waiting for. But somewhere below, in paragraphs few people read carefully, are the hidden clauses. Those clauses create obligations. When we sign such agreements without attention, we often receive something useful while simultaneously accepting dozens of small, unnecessary responsibilities. Individually, they may appear insignificant. Together, they create pressure. Interestingly, this pattern is not limited to legal documents. It appears everywhere in life. Many social agreements contain their own fine print. Take citizenship, for example. In many countries, citizenship includes obligations as well as rights. One well-known example is military service in Israel, where citizens may be required to serve in the armed forces for several years. Historically, some states demanded even longer commitments. In certain periods of history, military obligations could last decades, sometimes nearly half of a person's adult life. The point is not that obligations are inherently bad. Obligations are necessary for society. They create cooperation, stability, and shared responsibility. Families rely on them. Communities rely on them. Institutions rely on them. The real question is different. Did you choose the obligation consciously? An obligation that you accept deliberately because it aligns with your values, your goals, or your responsibilities can be meaningful. It can give structure to life and strengthen relationships. But many obligations appear in a different way. They arise quietly through politeness, hesitation, or social pressure. Someone asks for help. You agree because refusing feels uncomfortable. A colleague proposes a commitment. You accept because you want to appear cooperative. A friend invites you into a project. Saying no feels awkward, so you say yes. Each individual promise feels small, but over time they accumulate. Meetings multiply, messages demand responses. Expectations expand. What once seemed manageable becomes constant weight. This is the psychological equivalent of carrying a dumbbell everywhere you go. Exercise can be beneficial when done intentionally and at the right time. But walking through daily life holding a weight makes little sense. Eventually, it becomes exhausting. The same thing happens with obligations. Modern culture emphasizes acquisition. We learn how to obtain degrees, careers, networks, and opportunities. Productivity culture celebrates saying yes to every possibility. Hustle becomes identity. But very few people are taught the opposite skill. Limitation. The ability to define boundaries is just as important as the ability to pursue goals. Without boundaries, time disappears. Energy dissipates. Attention fragments. Psychology often describes this dynamic through the concept of personal boundaries. Boundaries are not walls that isolate us from others. They are filters that determine where our energy flows. Without boundaries, other people's expectations quietly take control of our schedules, our thoughts, and sometimes even our identity. Saying no does not mean rejecting cooperation or kindness. It simply means recognizing that attention and time are limited resources. Every commitment consumes part of them. When obligations align with purpose, they feel meaningful. When they accumulate randomly, they feel heavy. The difference lies in awareness. Just as wise people read contracts carefully before signing them, it is worth examining the agreements we make in daily life. Some commitments are valuable and worth the effort. Others are simply hidden clauses we accepted automatically. Not every invitation requires acceptance. Not every request requires agreement. Not every expectation requires compliance. Sometimes the most important decision is not what you agree to do, but what you choose not to carry. because freedom is not only about opportunities, it is also about limits, and the ability to recognize the fine print before you sign.